On again, a quick bit of truth breakdown here. Now, we go talk about this story right here where them tell you that 3 men was freezing or frozen to death in a supposedly friend yard. We go talk about that because that's a big hoax they got for the masses right here. And I know faker when I hear it. Pay attention to this right here while I give it a boot.
Serious case of 3 men found dead outside of a Kansas City home following a Chiefs game. It's getting more and more attention and begging more questions about what happened.
So you hear what they just say, people? 3 men that died in a Kansas City home. And they basically went there to watch a Kansas City, Chief game. Basically, is that a coincidence, people? They live in Kansas City and they're watching a Kansas City Chief game, or they went to go see the game and they end up frozen in the yard. Pay attention to this fake story here, people. And remember, it's 3 men mysteriously dead. That's according Freemasonry. Listen.
The person who owns that house says that his buddies just froze to death. Friends and family say the timeline is just one of the many details.
So hear what happened, people. They went to see a supposed body to watch the game at that house. And they end up dying in the yard. The friend tell the police that they just froze to death. Listen, people, because remember, it was a supposedly Arctic freeze all over America. And a lot of people supposedly dead in it. So pay attention here.
Not adding up here. Kelsey Kernstein joins us to help break it all down. Kelsey, what's the latest today?
Adrian Markey, good morning. So right now we are, of course, waiting for that.
You see them flicking the time right here on the bottom. That's 3-7 for Hawks right there. No doubt about it. Pay attention.
Autopsy and toxicology results. Those, of course, could take weeks. And
you see that, people? Pay attention. It could take weeks for autopsy. Does that ring a bell? Okay, supposed to be in the COVID, you remember? This is what I used to expose them the whole time in the COVID by counting a death of the COVID virus every single day. And I said, how did you get the autopsy done that fast to count these people as COVID death? And you see this right here? In this hoax, they're going to tell you it take 2 weeks to come back with the autopsy report. You see that right there, people? Look how they shoot themselves in the foot with these newscasts. They're full of shit.
We are, of course, waiting for that autopsy and toxicology results. Those, of course, could take weeks. And the key issues that people want clarity on, why did these 3 men allegedly...
Okay, you notice what they say, people? 3 fans. You see that right there, people? It's just an agenda. 3 fans. And like I mentioned, the Kansas City Chief was playing. They went to somebody's house to watch the game. 3 fans. Wow, what a joke, people. The news full of shit. Listen.
Freeze to death. Why was the homeowner allegedly ignoring people banging on his door?
The whole thing is fuckery. 100% in. So they went to watch a game at the friends. They're knocking on the door. The friend never answer. So they freeze outside to death. Why they didn't leave? Why they didn't go home? How did they get to that house? Why would dumb people would have sit outside and get frozen because somebody didn't open their door? It's dumb, people. The whole story is stupid. Wow.
3 men allegedly freeze to death. Why was the homeowner allegedly ignoring people banging on his door? And what evidence did police have to almost immediately rule out a homicide investigation?
So how would you know that somebody wasn't banging on the door? Somebody was banging on the door and they own home and didn't open the door. How do you know all this? Wow.
Now here's what we know. On Sunday, January...
Look, people, you see what they show right there? I'm not stupid. It's all about the game. It's all about that Kansas City Chief that win the Super Bowl the last time. As you could see it right there. KC 11-3-33 coding right there. And don't worry about this Chief business. It's just government programming. 100% devil shit for the dumb masses. They're promoting these games that they got in the NFL. The playoff games. Pay attention.
7th. The 4 friends were at a home outside of Kansas City to watch the Chiefs game. The game kicked off at 3:25 Central Time.
Wow. 3:25 is 3 sevens. Wow. People don't understand. That's for the Hawks, people. And 6:24, that's 6-6. That's the coding. They play too much, people. Don't watch them. They're full of shit. Don't pay attention to the news. It is a Hawks. 100%. And this story right here, they're giving you as an agenda. This is how they do it. They went to see Kansas City Chief game and freeze in the backyard. And it's just a conspiracy right here. Listen.
Home outside of Kansas City to watch the Chiefs game. Now, the game kicked off at 3:25 Central Time and ended almost exactly 3 hours later, according to a post on the team's social media. For the next 50 hours or so, loved ones heard nothing.
So people, did they get to watch the game or not? Did they watch the game already or they die watching the damn game outside? What is they telling you here? And they're missing for 50 hours? Wow.
News Nation exclusively that, quote, early in the day on Tuesday, January 9th, the homeowner had seen messages from concerned relatives and was aware that at least 2 of the men had not made it home. Wow. Now, according to police, that night, one of the missing men's fiancé showed up at the house. She banged on the door, but no one answered. So she broke in through the basement and found...
Listen, she broke into the basement. Is that real? She was knocking on the door. She didn't hear no answer, but she decided to break into the basement. Listen to this fakery here, people. Watch this.
The missing men's fiancé showed up at the house. She banged on the door, but no one answered. So she broke in through the basement and found one of the men dead on the back porch.
So you, hold on. So you break in the basement and find one dead on the back porch. So the back porch is in the basement. Wow, okay. I'll go back again. Listen.
She banged on the door, but no one answered. So she broke in through the basement and found one of the men dead on the back porch.
On the back
She then
porch.
called police, who found 2 other men dead in the backyard.
You hear that, people? So now when the police come, they find the other 2 men dead in the backyard. One dead on the porch and the other 2 dead in the backyard. Listen.
Now, the next morning, police then issued a statement saying they found no obvious signs of foul play, adding that a search warrant wasn't required due to the homeowner's cooperation.
So you hear that, people? Search warrant wasn't required because the homeowner, he cooperated the whole time. So what happened here, people? And what is they trying to tell you in this story? The whole time it don't sound real. So hear me now, people. How you gonna figure out this case now? How you gonna put it together? Because that's why they bring it to you. You don't get it? They bring it to you so you can solve this case right here in your mind. Something to occupy you right quick. So pay attention here, people. The 3 men was found frozen in the yard. One of them supposed to be, Porsche, and the other one in the yard. The other couple in the yard. So pay attention. Let's find out what else they got.
Now, 3 days later, on Friday, January 12th.
And there they go, people. One of them even have the Kansas City gear on. The world is a stage. All of them red. All of them in red. All of them tied to the Kansas City Chief. Wow, what a joke, people. This one, the 38. And his age is basically 38. Not Corden, but the Johnson is. You see that right there? Now go to this one. He got the 37 on the name. Don't worry about if his name coded. He got the Oaks code right there. And this one right here, 36, right there. And he also got the MCGG code in Freemasonry, 100% fake shit. And there you go. All of them tied to the Kansas City Chief. That's why they show you these pictures. They love the game so much, they got frozen in a yard trying to watch it. Listen.
The victims were identified as 37-year-old David Harrington, 36-year-old...
All of them basically holding the devil horns right there. Number 15, number 6. There you go. 6'6". There you go. So all of them is friends and running behind the Kansas City Chief game and end up getting frozen. And now guess what? They're wondering if it's foul play. Did they really get frozen in a yard? And how did they sit there and get frozen? I guess they was back there and nothing else to do. And one of them end up frozen on the porch and the next 2 in the yard, scatter around. Do you believe it? Listen.
McGinney and 38-year-old Ricky Johnson. Harrington's mother told News Nation exclusively that, quote, nobody believes this story. Here's Mal Jackson.
Go back.
Harrington's mother told News Nation exclusively that, quote, nobody believes this story. Here's Mal Jackson, a reporter at News Nation's Kansas City station, on his conversations with his sources.
Kansas City Chief clothing.
It is.
And look, people, you got the 2 candles in the back. What is that about? Even the slow flake behind his head, all of it devil coding right there.
Sort of interesting because all of the times, police departments are evasive for different reasons. But in this case, in conversations with sources, and on the record and off the record conversations. I think the police department is as bewildered by this case as I think America is starting to become.
Wow, America, because they know people. They're serving up this story like hot cup of coffee for the peoples right there. Pay attention.
Station WDAF reports that neighbors even saw a U-Haul truck in the driveway of his home, but we do not know why.
What does that mean? You mean after the death, a U-Haul truck come up in his yard? Hold on here, people. Hold on. So, I want to know, people. So, how long does it take for these autopsy people to know if these people was frozen to death? How long does it take, people? Some weeks for them to find out they're frozen or somebody shot them or they've been poisoned. And why it takes so long, people? Because it's a hoax. They have to keep you on your toes. 100% fake shit.
WDAF reports that neighbors even saw a U-Haul truck in the driveway of his home, but we do not know why.
Wow, that was
But again,
before?
the homeowner has not been charged, and he is cooperating with police.
He's not been charged, but what would you charge him for? How? Under what circumstance you would have charged the homeowner? You don't see those people supposedly get shot or stabbed or anything. What does you blaming the death on? Now, this supposedly happened, people. Let's say a week ago, damn near. It happened supposedly Sunday. So that means, today is Tuesday. They got some days. They still can't find out if they froze to death. This is a joke right here.
There is no timeline for the toxicology reports, but according to the DOJ, the average turnaround is more than 30 days.
Bam. Wow. 30 days, people. That's how long they take to find out what killed somebody. Wow. Listen again.
Cooperating with police. Now, there is no timeline for the toxicology reports, but according to the DOJ, the average turnaround is more than 30 days.
Wow. So 30 days it takes for them to find out what's going on here, people. So they're going to hold you hostage with this dumb story for at least 30 more days, at least. Before they actually tell you. Because remember, once they tell you, then we can tell if there's a case. So for now, you're going to stay baffled. This is how they do it. It's a fake shit. 100%. And you see what they're mostly pushing on you in the story? The actual game. The Kansas City supposedly chief, all coding for 33. They're just running game on the masses right here. So how long they gonna take to come back and tell you, oh yes, they froze to death, or no, there was poison or something? It's a fake story. Move.